clothed in glory, exalted high. The train of his robe filled the temple. The angels circled round him and cried, "You are holy, Lord of all. You are holy, oh so holy. You are holy, Lord of all. Woe is me, for I'm unclean, for my eyes have seen the Holy King, and He cleansed my lips right before I died. The pillar stood as the angels cried, "Holy is the Sundarabo Yandabo, Himo Sundarabo Yandabo, Yebo Sekerebo Yandabo, Yahuwah, Himo Sundarabo Yandabo, Yebo Sandorobo Shikebo, Himo Sundarabo Yandabo, Yebo Sekerebo Yandebo, Imo Sunderebo Yandebo, Yebo Sandalaba Sekebo, Imo Santulubu Yandebo, Imo Sunderebo Yandebo, Imo Sunderebo Yandebo, Yebo Sekerebo Yandebo, Imo Santa Labu Yandebo Yahuwah, Yebo Sekerebo Yandebo, Yebo Sekerebo Yandebo, Imo Santa Labu Yebo Sei, Imo Santa Labu Yandebo, Yebo Sekerebo Yandebo, Imo Sunderebo Yandebo, Kabo Sundelebo Yebo Sei, Yebo Sokorobo Yandebo, Ula Shantalabu Yebo Sei, Imo Sunderebo Yandebo, Yebo Santulubu Yemandeya, Yandebo Yahuwah, Yandebo Kurila Basekeo, Yandebo Amasantalabu, Yandebo Santa Labu. Yandebo Kurilaba Santa Labu. Yandebo Burilebo Sekei. Burilebo Sekei. Burilebo Sekei. Yandebo Rabo Sekei. Yandebo. Yandebo Ama Santa Labu. Yandebo Kurilaba Shantalabo. Yandebo Haba Yahuwa Kurilaba Sekeo. Kurilaba Sekei. Kurilaba Sekei. Yandebo Rabo Kurilaba Sekei. Yandebo Imasha Kurilebo Yandebao Kurilaba Santa Labu. O Maraba Sekei. Kurilaba Santa Lebo Yekebo. Uraba Sekei Abu Sekei. Uraba Sekei. Uraba Sendelebo. Yandabo Marebo Santa Lebu. Yandabo Yahuwa Kurilaba Sekei. Kurilaba Sekei. Kurilaba ya mandebo. Kurilaba Santa Labu. Oh Yandebo. Ama Santa Labu. Oh Raba Sekei. Hey Yarabo Sandeo. Yandabo Yahuwa. Yandabo. Kurilaba Sekei Yabo Kabo Yanaraba Sandeo. Yandebo Shantalabu Yerebo Sendebo. Kurilaba Sendebo. Kurilaba Sendebo. Yandebo Ha Mayakebo. Hallelujah. Oh. Hey, oh. Greetings to the 12 tribes of Yisrael scattered in the four corners of the earth, and to the Gentiles called by the name of Yahuwah. Shabbat Shalom, family, for you are the reason of our time like truth, for the time is near. Just as we see the days goes by, and so draw nigh the coming of our Messiah, King Yahushua, the very one every single thing is waiting for. Just as the Malach of Yahuwah said unto Yehukanah the Revelator, sealed not the prophecies of this book, for the time is near, and also near is the time. Again, just a step to the door. Exactly what we are doing here, family. Decoding end times of prophecies, signs, dreams, in preparing people, house, body, for the returning of King Yehoshua HaMashiach, our eternal bridegroom, to whom due eternally all glory, worship, exaltation, honor, love, power, wealth, to the glory of his magnificent Father Yahuwah the Almighty, and to the Ruach, the forever pure energy. Hallelujah. All right, now, to every single Thomas the doubter, I have something for you. Have you heard something? Did you just heard something like I do? Okay. So Thomas the doubter, even though you hear or you don't hear, they won't believe you. Again, what is the use of trumpet? Like we always say and said over again. We keep saying it. What is the use of trumpet? Number one, get ready to meet up with him. And number two, get ready to face his wrath. In case you be left behind. That is the only two options. You know, Thomas the doubter won't, they won't do that. They won't until they see, like I said, when you see what is going to be brother and sister, what is it going to be family. You know, we are not saying this to crack anybody. Just to let you know that you need to fear the Most High and put your house in order. Because his judgment is so dreadful.
Until they see. Now, like I said, always, what is the use of trumpet? Even though we are sounding this trumpet again and again and over again, Thomas the doubter won't believe that something is about to happen. Thomas the doubter won't believe that the owner of the earth is about to come. Thomas the doubter won't believe it until he see. Now, when you see what that is going to be, it is judgment. Because it said, blessed is he who did not see but yet believe. Now, how did you become a blessed as you didn't see but yet you believe? That is, you now put your house in order. That Messiah gave every single sign that when you begin to see all these things going on earth, know yet that my coming is right at the door, knocking. So as you believe, even though you don't see yet you believe, that makes you a blessed one, and that makes you to keep your house in order, to cleanse up your filthy soul, your defiled soul, to cleanse up every mess around you. That is why you are blessed. But Thomas is the doubter won't do that at all until they see. What is the use of trumpet? We are sounding it, whether you believe Thomas or whether you did not believe Thomas, we will keep sounding it. It is our duty. It is not our job to make you believe, but it is our duty to pass out the information to you that we are the last generation. And Messiah simply make it so clear that any generation that is going to be seeing these signs that is taking place right now in the four corner of the earth, he said that generation shall not pass away. They shall see his returning, and we are the last generation. Like the Ruach always said, to he that has an ear, let him hear what the Ruach HaKodesh is saying to the congregation. And the signs of the last days is saying something right here. Do you have an ear to hear? Kindly hear what the signs of the last days is saying.
So now, do you have an ear? Our helper, our guidance, the very one that is helping us in all things, said unto you and me, let him that have ear hear what the signs of the last day and the Ruach HaKodesh is saying. We are the last generation to see the returning of King Yehoshua HaMashiach, the owner of the earth.
You can't obviously believe that Watchman, Yahoo, and Bora did not pay me to do the intro for White It Out 4 to deceive the masses. The true Israelites are the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and Native Americans scattered throughout the earth. The Judah team has an agenda to make all the tribes Hamite. Matthew 24:4 says, to take heed that no man deceive you. In 1976, Random House published a book that should have hit Christians like a storm.
Prior to this, as usual, let us get a preset, like you know already. Revelation 12:9. I read, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He did not leave just one. Oh, but the good news is that the elect is coming out from his deception. So that's what we are doing right now. Call the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Whether you are Islam, you are being deceived, the Christian, or the primary channel, the atheist, the pagan, the Buddhists, the Hindus, all of you, the whole world. So that is how wicked devil is, deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. You see, common sense is not backing this up at all. For you to say Christahinome is real, common sense is not backing it up. There's no way out of this. It is the whole world. He's been deceived. Now, what you're supposed to do is to sit your house down. Just sit your house down and put on your thinking cap and rethink and reconsider, where have he deceived me? I can't help to believe you, the signs of this nonsense lemma, wizard, Christahinome. No, I can't believe those things as a criteria of a genuine prophet. No, I can't believe those things. Rather, I will believe Yahuwah and his word that says the whole world is being deceived. The only way you will be exempted, either you rationalize or you spiritualize or you take it as a novel, or you come out of them. This is the only way. Either you come out like I do, I have vomited Jesus and all his wickedness and return back to the royal law. That is the only way to be exempted, not being deceived. Or you rationalize, spiritualize it as a novel like I said. But you will wait for the judgment day. Here's the tough one. Matthew 24:24, like you know already. I read, for there shall arise false Messiahs. You see, our King is so lovely and is so wonderful. This is why he put this guideline down for you and me if you are worthy of salvation. He said, many, they shall, he said, I take it again, for they shall arise of false Messiahs, which is your Messiah. Many of them, the one in Islam, he was calling himself Messiah, and it's the same person in Islam and also in the Christendom, called the very Jesus, and shall show great signs and wonders, in as so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. You see, we are concerned about our brothers and sisters among this graveyard, this massive graveyard called the Christendom. They are the primary target, followed by Islam and by the rulers of the world. You see, so how can you, if you are worthy of life, you will tell me that those nonsense Christafinome is doing to the Joshua and all those rubbish wizards in the four corners of the earth, all of you? How can you tell me it's real? Where they are defiling the Shabbat, making the Shabbat your day of environmental sanitation, defiling it right now, and you will keep some day, the day of sun. He said, by their fruit, we shall know them. So let's proceed. Yahuwah, I will always like to thank you, because each time I go through this account and see the stipulation, I will always thank you for the life of the elect, that they won't be utterly deceived. Even though Jesus play all games around the elect in this mass grave, the Christendom, but come by concern, the blood of Messiah will bring them out. And this is the message of the two witnesses we are talking about in Revelation 12. We are just preparing the way. They are coming to cleanse the elect by fire. That is what we are doing right now. This is the message of the two witnesses in Revelation 11 to prepare us for the returning of Messiah. Thank you, precious living Father, for the life of your people, for this great stipulation. Just like you said, through the mouth of the royal king, David, and God blesses the man whose sin Yahuwah did not count against him. Whose sin Yahuwah just covered it up. Not that we didn't sin, but he said our sin is being covered. The blood of Messiah. That is why the elect won't be utterly deceived. They will be redeemed. I bless you for their life. Miss McCann and people, here we are again in the heavenly courtroom of the Yahuwah Almighty. In retouching this very message, he has already titled for you and me. Now it is to Shabbat, last 2 weeks now. But I will give a brief testimony why I couldn't do no recording last week. People should wake up. Devil is a rolling lion, seeking for whom to devour. He is seeking, that is what the royal law says, he's seeking, not that he wants to devour everyone. No, he's seeking for the elect. You see, if you want to destroy everyone, you don't need to seek for nobody. You just, anyone that come across, you just swallow. But for the devil, as the royal law said, he is seeking for whom? Who is he seeking for? The very elect. So after this broadcasting, I will just give what happened, what transpired between me and the devil last week. That will come later. So in retraction, this wonderful message has already titled for you and me 2 weeks ago, Yahuwah created evil. Yahuwah created good, and he created evil part 2. This part was supposed to be last week, but something dramatically took place. I will brief you later. So right now, this is the part two. Formally, it is very possible you meet with only this, and you are not going to really get the fullness of this statement. This is the part two. So try and listen to the part one. We did it last 2 weeks by His grace, in order for you to understand. And this is about who is working for you. This is about how you are communicating with your angels. I know that is the reason why devil wanted to eat me raw. But for the Yahuwah, my helper, my deliverer, my all in all, rescued me from his wickedness. So right now, before we start, let us set the stage with Deuteronomy 3 and 2, 1 to 4. I read, give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, and my speech shall distill as the dew, and as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of Yahuwah. Ascribe ye greatness unto our Elohim. He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment. A Elohim of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. Nene senora bayo uraba masekebo. Nene senora bayo Yahuwah uraba masekebo. Yes, Father. Nene senora bayo uraba sekeo. Nene senora bayo. Senoraba, Senorabayo, Rabayo, Rabase. Nene Senorabayo, Rabamasekeyebo. Nene Senorabayo, Hua, Rabamasandebo, ye. Nene Senorabayo, Rabaseke. Nene Senorabayo, Senoraba. Nene Senoraba. Nene senorabayo, nene senorabayo, rabamasandeboleyo, nene senorabayo huwa, urabamasekebo, heya, nene senorabayo, rabasekeya, nene senorabayo, senorabai. So, like I always said, what is the royal law for? How does it play out in our lives? So before we dig into these mysteries, like Yahuwah, responsible for evil. He created good and he created evil. So before we dig into the mysteries, why he created evil, like we started it already. So let us take a deep look over the royal law. What is it for? How does it play out in our lives? And what is the royal law actually for you and me? I listed it already. Point 1, it functions as a sacred marriage covenant between Yahuwah and his people Yisrael. And point 2, it outlines how the marriage is to be lived out and its stipulation and what makes it a happy and a fruitful marriage. I always bless the Most High the very day I caught this vision. Yes, his guideline, his royal law really put us in order how this marriage should be, how we should be fruitful and the happiness. That is the guideline he gave unto us, how to make us happy and fruitful unto Yahuwah. Isn't this wonderful? How can someone say this is a curse? I don't want to go into that because it hurts my heart when I keep saying that. Okay. Point 3, it operates sets describe how marriage would function, how the marriage would function. Point 4, its words, pictures tells what marriage life would be like. Isn't this awesome? He tells you how your marriage life would be like with Yahuwah. Ah, devil is wicked. Point 5, it's a judgment describe how each of the partner would relate to each other. That is why we don't take for the Yahuwah love for granted. This is what the judgment is. The judgment from the royal law taught us. Whenever you break the edges, sorry, the serpent will bite you. No two ways about that. Point 6, for either party to violate this agreement, violate the marriage itself. Marriage, he said, is honorable by all. Only devil refused to honor this marriage and his children. He said marriage ought to be honored by all, and it's the bed of marriage should be undefiled. Devil defied the bed of this wedding, and he refused to honor it. And did you know what he got from that? Eternal damnation. And if you are one with him, you will get likewise. Now, point 7. The groom promised never to violate it, because the groom is Yahuwah. It is Yahuwah himself. Like I always said, he promised he will never violate it. Oh, of course, he said he won't. Heaven and earth will pass away. His word stands forever. Like I always said, he don't have the ability, the capacity to violate his law. No. It doesn't have that strength of a capacity to do that. You see, so he promised to be a lovely bridegroom, a caring bridegroom, a wonderful bridegroom that every single thing you are in need of, he promised to provide it. He said, I will give it all to you. And what did he ask from you? Seek him first, the bridegroom, and his righteousness, respect. And he said, every single thing I will give it to you. You see, so sometimes with a bride we act so unfaithful unto our bridegroom, but that is the sufficiency of the blood of Mashiach. So whenever we fall out, because of the body of corruption, Jesus, the Jesus and the serpent, the Allah from the Eden's garden has imputed in us, the blood of Mashiach always make intercession. As far as that is not our lifestyle, and we don't dwell in it. We dust anytime we fall out of it, grace, we dust our body, and we keep moving on. So this is who we are. We are the woman in Revelation 12, and the Christendom is the woman in Revelation 17. So by His grace, maybe 2 or 3 weeks time, we are going to take that. We are going to take it in full as subject, so that you understand what I'm talking about. So right now, this is who we are. Revelation 12 alludes to us, while Revelation 17 alludes to the Christendom, because we know who they are. By their fruit, we already know who they are. So right now, we are going to into the today is Shabbat. Like I said, Shabbat Shalom. So we are going to look what Yahuwah has to say about Shabbat, and we will go into this very mystery of Yahuwah created good and Yahuwah created evil. Last 2 weeks we see the mystery of it. Let me quickly brief it. I know a day will come when I will give a thanksgiving unto this. As I'm doing it now, I believe by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, I'm not doing live message. I'm doing uploading. I'm still doing uploading. Due to this, what I'm using, I'm doing uploading. So I finish my message, of course. No, I always do my own work. I upload it on my 2 YouTube accounts. Only now to bring it down, because whatever I have here in my 2 Facebook, that is what I also have in my 2 YouTube accounts. Only now for me to bring this message down. Devil the Jesus said no way. He refused. He used Facebook to fight. He used internet to fight. Every blessed I keep uploading, he is not going. He keep rejecting it. He keep bouncing me back and said no way for me. I keep praying. I even go along with fasting, because for me to sit for 2 hours in camera putting all these things together is a bit difficult. I was really concerned about that and say, how can I redo this message again? Oh, I keep praying for me to push it, but Jesus never allowed me. He stopped me. Now, if Jesus, the Jesus, can stop a mighty holy angel, Gabriel, in Daniel chapter 10, verses 12, maybe I will read it. So Daniel 10, verses 12, this is Gabriel. He said, Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thy heart to understand and to chasten thyself, therefore thy Elohim thy word was held, and I come for thy works. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me for 1 and 20 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief prince, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia for 21 whole days. So right now, if who is the king of who is the prince of Persia? Who? It is devil himself. This is really mind-boggling, and it wonder honestly. It wonder me honestly to see people saying, Jesus. I will use your language because this is what I always hear from microwave Christianity. They said Jesus died already, take care of Satan already. Satan has already been took care of. So for me, I don't bother about devil anymore and all his deceitfulness. I don't bother about it. I just run after Jesus. Because Jesus and devil are one. That is why you are not bothered about it. That is why that doesn't bother you. Because a holy, powerful, mighty angel was being withstood for a 21 old days. Then you said that same demon can't give a right to you. That demon wasn't afraid of Messiah. Remember, when demon, this very Jesus, because Messiah, oh my Father, Messiah never underestimates Satan. He never. When devil come to him and say, come and take him to a very high mountain and show him the things of the world and said, if only you will worship me, I will give you all the glory of the earth, for it is mine. Messiah never underestimate him. Messiah never said, you are a lie, you can't give it to me. What did he do? He rebuked Satan with a word from Deuteronomy, I think 8 verses 4. He quoted and let him know that only for the Yahuwah worship due. He never said, you are a liar, you can't give it to me, or the earth is not for you. As we know, for the Yahuwah created the world through his word. He created all things through his word, which is a Messiah, Mashiach. He never said, do you know who I am? I am the one that owner of this earth. I created it. You can't know. Brother Messiah gave him a title, the prince of the world and the God of the world. This is Messiah. Satan himself was not even afraid of this mighty man. He stood on his front and he wanted to seduce him in worship. Devil is so desperate about worship. He can do all things by things to get worship. Yes, people are the very children of Semper, the saint of Semper, telling me they don't care about devil. When you are talking about the devil, that will be say, forget that, you are just too much into this Satan. Worry about. So this is who they are. Let us get one more scripture before we go more further. Apostle Shehu, Jesus was not even afraid of the Messiah himself. Then who am I for him to be afraid of and not to stop me? He also stopped those mighty apostles of Yahuwah, Apostle Shehu. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, I read from verses 17. But we, brethren, are being taken from you for a short time in presence, not in heart, and endeavored with more abundantly to see your face with great desire. Wherefore we would not come unto you, even I, Shehu, once and again, but Satan hindered us. Not only once. That is why I pray earnestly that he shouldn't stop this one again, because we are touching the head of the python. We are exposing the details of angels. Do you think he's gonna let that be done without raining hell? You rain hell on my internet, Facebook. Now, every blessed that I keep uploading, now he wanted to just get rid of me. But I not thank my Father Yahuwah that he will not allow Thomas to ridicule his name. No. I mocked you, Satan. He won't allow you, Thomas, to ridicule the name of Yahuwah in me. Because assuming my Father really allowed this to happen, hey, all my Thomas will have celebrated, they will have rejoiced and say, you see, yes, God killed her. I will use your language. God killed her because she's touching the anointing of God. Chris Ahinome, TB Joshua, Suleiman, all of them. Because God said, touch not my anointed. These are under my foot. These are nothing but garbage. They are not anointed, not at all. When Maria, my sister, when you speak about the real prophet of Yahuwah, Moshe, what happens? Right away, for the Yahuwah sit judgment. You don't even have to wait for 1 month or for, no, not even for 1 day. For that could endure it for even 24 hours, just 1 day. No, right away, even Moshe wasn't there. Right away, for the Yahuwah sit judgment. I think Numbers 12, maybe, it sit judgment and strike her with leprosy. For a whole 7 days she was on the street. You know, I've been ridiculing your pastor for more than 5-6 years. That is when I be 5-6 years from 2001. Yes, okay. And be ridiculing them, and be insulting them, and be calling them just like what I said the other. You see, now according to what they call it, Stephiotubor is describing the pennies of your pastor, original pastor, the most holy in this part, the most holy. No woman need to talk about that, but just one woman. Now this topic now become the four corner of the earth topic. Man will talk about his penis. The girl said she have his penis. You see, that said she's a liar, but yes, she's still living. A genuine prophet of Yahuwah, you don't touch them. It is the anointed one. One Maria touched Moshe, for the Yahuwah struck her with leprosy for a whole 1 week. You see, so they are not these are demons, first class demon, hierarchy demon. On Tuesday, Father Yahuwah make a big fool of Satan and said this can never be done. When you see how persistent I was to upload with fasting and prayer, but he isn't going through, therefore he now plot a very wonderful thing. It's wonderful for him, but I'm just mocking him. Accident. That the way devil really orchestrated this accident, my enemy wouldn't have come out alive. But I have the life of Yahuwah, that he never even connived me. I was in a car going to a place, and this hungry demon was just blowing. Even he's supposed to stop on the traffic because on his side was red. He refused to stop because he wanted to kill somebody that is making fool of him. He was on his race. He beat the light. Heading now, take his head. He was trying to flood me away. But Father Yahuwah caused him to lost appetite. Whereas immediately he get close, about to hit us, his car just went off. His car just went off. I was just looking, it was like a movie. The driver was watching, it's like a movie. Everybody around was watching, it was just like a movie. You see, this is touch not my anointed. You can't kill me. No, I am the bride of Mashiach. Probably physically. Oh, yes. So that is my... But they will come when I will really do Thanksgiving. Because the way they've really planted this wickedness, they wouldn't have come out alive. It don't even hurt our car. It don't even come... As it was about to descend, his car just went off. He now began to kill himself. My father is so awesome. I started laughing. I said, devil, you really said it. Because even before I went out that day, I saw a car in the vision. It was just running after me. He wanted to tear me right from my back. As he get close to me, when I said that, I now run for my life. So that's if they're not even up to 10 hours, the thing wanted to manifest. But all glory be unto Yahuwah, who have not allowed my enemy to ridicule him. Because I know by his grace, I'm not saying I'm 100% perfect because of the body of corruption. But by his grace, I'm doing more, more than before. So now let us see what is Shabbat. Today is Shabbat, like I said. So let me call the scripture for you first. Exodus 31, 30 to 17. Ezekiel 20, Revelation 12. Yes, we are the woman, because this is the sign of the Shabbat. If you read Revelation 12, you will see that the woman was clothed with all things. So that is the sign. It said a great and a wondrous signs appeared from the heavens. You see, immediately after that of Yahuwah appeared, what happened? A red dragon also appeared, another sign. That is the sign of Shabbat and the sign of Sunday. That is what we are looking into. So when you read Revelation 2, you will see the two signs there. They follow each other. The Shabbat appear first, the Sunday now goes along. Like what we are seeing today. That is why I said Revelation 2 is the bride of Mashiach and 17 is the bride of Jesus. With their own sign of Sunday. Because Shabbat is a sign. I will read it and let you hear it. Of course, I'll be reading it. It's a sign. So that is what the woman used to clothe. And Sunday also is a sign. That is what the Christian don't use to clothe, which is the sun. So let us go deep into it now. Revelation 12. Okay, now I'm going to blend it up with the fourth humus called melanocyte. So first of all, let us read the royal law. Exodus 31. Exodus 31:30. I speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Shabbats ye shall keep. He repeat this statement 7 good times. For it is a sign, you see, between me and you throughout your generations. You say it is a sign. So Shabbat is a sign, Sunday is also a sign. That ye may know that I am Yahuwah that doeth sanctify thee. You see, like today is holy unto. We don't do nothing. When I was not doing no recording, I only worship until it is 6 sundown. My 2-4 is off. I had no internet, no television, nothing, absolutely no communication. Only in focus worship. That he said, I am the one who sanctified him and makes you holy. You see, yeah. That is what I said. Shabbat, we keep transfigurating. It is holiness. Ye shall keep the Shabbat, therefore, for it is a holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. You see, that is why third part of mankind must surely be put to death. Because they desecrate today. Christahinum, all of you, you will be put to death because you desecrate today. Suleiman, wizard, what they call peristo, all of you will be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall surely be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the 7th it is Shabbat of rest, holy unto Yahuwah. Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death. Let us seek him. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout their generation for a perpetual covenant. Jesus the Jesus, what did they say? For a perpetual covenant. No, until Yehoshua was being prophesied. No, for a perpetual covenant. Until Yehoshua was being pregnant. Maria pregnant with the Messiah, Yehoshua. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, until the belly was 9 months. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, until Messiah was being born. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, until Messiah goes to the cross. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, until Messiah was crucified. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, until Messiah was being buried. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, until 3 days and 3 nights. Oh my Father, for a perpetual covenant. Okay, now until Messiah resurrected. For a perpetual covenant. Okay, now until Messiah ascended to where he came from, the throne of Yahuwah, Jesus the Jesus, for a perpetual covenant. If it is deep, let us seek him. If this is deep, for a perpetual covenant, let us seek him. Demon possessed people, the Christendom. Jesus done away with it. Demon possessed people, you will be torn away out of the heavenly kingdom. As you are desecrated today, so will the lake of fire put you in order, except you repent from this wickedness. Because I can't see no reason. The whole matter is so clear. You are just breaking the heart of Yahuwah. What is the meaning of that? It is a sign between me and the children of Israel, and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Yahuwah made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. You don't want to be refreshed. After this long 6,000 years of body of corruption, you don't need refreshment. You don't need rest. You say Sunday, you have already been judged according to what for you were heard from you. Now let us go to the fourth hormones. Who put it there? Who put all these 10 hormones in us for our body growth? It is Messiah. It is Mashiach, Yehoshua HaMashiach. He is the one that created you. Because for the Yahweh created all things by him. We also read it if you like. You see, he is the one who put this 10 hormones, and he appointed each 10 hormones what they are going to be doing for the body. The fourth hormones blend up with the fourth commandment is dealing with our physical well-being. Exactly like the fourth commandment say, rest on that day. Be holy, be transfigurated on that day. Be refreshed on the day with all breakable service. And the same thing with the fourth hormone says, the reason why I go by this, it is because King Yehoshua is the one who put all these hormones in us. The fourth hormone simply said, there's something I forgot about the testimony I shared. I won't like to mix this up, so let me just put it, even though I'm already on the top of the message. Every day I keep uploading this very message I'm redoing is not going. So what happens now? And I was thinking maybe something is wrong. I don't know. Then I have to upload every other message I did before. I just took one of them and I upload. They begin to go. Facebook send it. When I upload this one, Facebook send it. When I upload the other one, Facebook send it. But when it comes to this very one I'm redoing again, they don't send it. They refuse to send it. Because Jesus, the Jesus, knows his secret again is about to be exposed. And the greatest of the greatest one is coming in the midst of the week, the dwelling of Satan. We will talk about it. I myself, the very day I saw this, I was convinced. The very heaven, the Christian is going to rapture to the bottomless pit. The very heaven the Christian is seeing. Like Jesus take me to heaven. We will deal with that in the midst of the week. Now, exactly the same thing the fourth hormones he's saying. That when the sun is really shining with all his strength, he said, therefore put on long sleeve. I know it is very difficult for you to wear long sleeve. Yes, because it's worth doing. It's worth doing for your DNA replication not to be mute. The fat hormones also have called the melanocyte, has 3 branches called melanin and melasma, and the third one is keratinocyte. And he's dealing with our 3 layers body. Our 3 layers, but we know we also have 3 layers body. And these 3 layer bodies, one is called epidermis, and the second one is called dermis, and the third one is called hypodermis. And this hypodermis is the third one that is protecting our DNA and our DNA strands and every single chromosome in us from UV radiation, from the heaviness of the sun. Then followed by the second one, and the first one is the very physical one we are seeing. Immediately when this first one is being attacked, right away is giving it right to the second one, the dermis. And when it touches the dermis, right away it will affect the hypodermis. And when the hypodermis is being attacked, therefore your DNA replication will be mute. And what is the meaning of that? Because for the Yoruba, so when you desecrate Shabbat, you will be cut off. Therefore, the fourth hormones, where the hypodermis is being attacked by the radiation of the sun, UV radiation, it will block your DNA replication. And what does that mean? You become a bastard because your DNA replication can't be traced to its origin. And its origin, it is for the Yahuwah himself. We all carry the DNA for the Yahuwah. When the sun disconnects you from that DNA, what is the meaning of that? You are heading right away to the link of fire. Let me give you one secret. I know I said it before. I will say it again and again and again. As far as this subject is concerned, in 2015, May, this sun radiation put to death 2,000 souls in Pakistan. And again, June 2015 as well, this radiation of the sun put to death 3,000 souls in India. And who is the sun? Like I always ask you, he never said we should worship the sun. It is Messiah, the greater light, to illuminate the whole world. He is the greater light. But he never said you should focus on the Sunday and worship. No, he gave the Shabbat, not sun. He is the sun, therefore he's already killing you all. He's already cutting you off out of the land of the living. Last 2 years, he put to death 5,000 souls. He's giving it right to you already. Because you desecrate Shabbat and say Sunday is your rest. Okay, you wait until then. You'll be put to death by the sun. Because Father Yehovah make it so clear, I'm going to judge you by what I heard from you. There is no rest on the first day. We call it, the royal law call it first day of the week. There is no rest whatsoever. It's never been sanctified. Heaven never there is no mandatory scripture from heaven that today Sunday is no, not even one scripture. No. But you follow your own way. This is the nature of the problem. This is why Father Yehovah is so hungry with third part of humanity in this generation. That is why he said Islam is going to remove your head off your shoulder. Because you despise his word. This is the nature of the problem. A snake wrapped all over your mind, giving you his ideology or you are your ideology. To go by what you feel, not to go by what is written in the royal law. This is the problem of the nature people. This is what is it. I keep asking them. I keep asking the Christendom. I keep asking them. Why is it being called Sunday? Sunday. Why? Is it because the sun is so brilliant? That is what they call it on that day? That is why they call it Sunday. Is it because he's so powerful with all his strength? He gives you more light. That is why you call it Sunday. Is it because he is more yellowish that day? Is it because he is communicating with you powerfully that day? That is why it's being called Sunday. Let me tell you, it's what it is. It is exactly what it is. That is what it is. Sunday. You see, the day of sun. That is the day they used to worship sun in Babylonia. And Father Yehovah said, this is the greatest abomination. Maybe I will read it for you. Ezekiel chapter 8, I read from verses 15. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination than this. And he brought me into the inner court of Yehovah's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of Yehovah, between the porch and the altar, which about 25 men, with their backs towards the temple of Yehovah, and their face towards the east, and they worshipped the sun towards the east. Did you just get that? And Father Yehovah said, worshiping the sun, it is the greater abomination, is the greatest abomination. And these people, what did they do? They were in the temple of Yehovah. They not give their back to the real thing, and they not give their face to the sun, and worshipped the sun right in the temple. What is the Christian don't do it today? They carry the royal law that forbids Sunday as a day of worship. They turn their back to Shabbat, and they not turn their face to Sunday and worship the Sunday. You are being judged. Because Messiah is the greater light, is the sun. He never said you should worship. He said, I've come to do my Father's will. I did not come to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me. His Father says Shabbat, it is a perpetual covenant. His son kept it. All the 12 apostles kept it. All our forefathers, they kept it. The Shabbat. No Sunday. You see, Sunday was the greatest abomination in the royal law. Yes, that is the sign of Revelation. In Revelation 12, the one sign of Yehovah came, immediately another sign came. Shabbat is the sign, like we just read, and Sunday also it is a sign. And Sunday, let me tell you the signs of Sunday. It is eternal damnation, no rest. Because Yehovah walked that day, I walk. We are walking on that day. Only today we do nothing there, only to worship, talk about him, gossip Yehovah. Tomorrow I go to work. Yes. Because we need to work. So Father Yehovah said, I'm going to judge you according to what I hear from you. You said Sunday, it is your day of rest. Kindly have it. We are not disputing. We are not dragging. We are not waging war. Have it. It is your rest. Therefore have it. So this is the problem of the nature. So right now, this is why Father Yehovah created. One lady, she is a Christian also. She called herself a singer. She now asked me after the first message. She inboxed me and said, "My sister, I love your message, but there's one thing I want to know. This is is really putting me off. Why should the Most High do that? Why should the Most High leave the will of Satan for Satan after Satan has fallen? Since he knew he's almighty, he knew all things, he knew Satan is not going to make it. Why did he not take that will away from him?" And I told her, "Come, my sister, thank you first of all for watching the message. And this is your judgment. I'm going to answer you just like King Yehoshua answered the Pharisees. The Pharisees came to King Yehoshua and said, 'What authority are you using to do all these things?' King Yehoshua answered, 'I will answer you, but first of all, answer me this question. Where did the John the Baptist came from? Yehukana. Where did he come from? From man or from Yehovah? If you answer, then I will also answer you.' You see? So I throw it back at her. I said, 'Look at who is talking. Why are you worshiping on Sunday? Why did Father Yehovah, in the same way Father Yehovah lived the will of Satan, the same way also live your will? Why are you worshiping on Sunday?' I said, 'Come, sister, can you give me one scripture from Genesis to Revelation that authorized Sunday worship?' No. You can't. I said, 'Can you give me?' No, she can't give it to me. I said, 'Does that royal law, the Bible you carry, does it not forbid fornication? Why did you have baby without marriage? A singer is fornicating. She have a baby girl without no marriage. Does that royal law not forbid you not to do that? So why are you having a boyfriend without marriage? You have a child, and yet you are still having a child. You have one child without no marriage. You never brought no husband for wedding.' She kept me silent. I said, 'No, you need to answer me all these things. Why are you celebrating Christmas? Where do you find Christmas? Your Father Day, your Mother Day, your Lover's Day, your Children's Day, your Aloe Wings Day. Aloe Wings is what they also call Thanksgiving Day. Where did they see all those things in the royal law? Why are you keeping it?' She now said, 'Okay, she don't need no argument.' No, this is no argument. You need to answer me. Christianity, they talk by feelings. They don't talk by the word. Answer me.' She couldn't. You see? So Father Yehovah left exactly how he is working with the devil. That is how he is also working with you. If you want to go by his way, fine. Like we said, now let us go into the subject. Genesis 2:9. I read, 'An act of the ground made Yehovah Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. That tree of the tree of life also in the midst of the garden.'" The tree of life is Messiah, Yahushua. It's right here in Eden's garden. "And the tree of the knowledge of good and evil." Did you get that? It was also in Eden's garden. Father Yehovah created good and he created evil. So what is the evil? Like we said, it is our self-will, the willpower. You can do things Jehovah's way, you can do things your way. Like what we are seeing today. Everybody have their own way to do things just the way they want it. But in order for you to enter life, you must do things in the ways of Yehovah. He said, "I've set before you this day, life or death. But choose life so that you may live." Why? Because he knew death, it is horrible for you. We are not just talking about normal death. The death he is talking about, it is death of the spirit, the link of fire. Eternal damnation. Obviously, people is dying every day. No, that is not what he meant. The death he is talking about here, it is eternal link of fire. He said, "But choose life," because eternal link of fire is horrible for you. And I see it already. This message is spreading out to part 4. So in the midst of the week, I'm going to teach. We are going to bring out the tabernacle of Satan. So that is what we are going to do next week. The very heaven that Christ done in sin. Stay into family in the midst of the week. So Amos chapter 3, verses 6. "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not afraid?" This is the use of trumpet. Is alert. "Shall there be evil in the city, and I, Yehovah, has not done it?" Come, is he afraid of you? He is making it so clear that every single evil going on earth, Israel is the one who did it. So we see the problem of the nature, because you said you want to go by your own will. You know, said, okay, you can go by your own will. So that is the evil, the willpower. He said, can any evil take place like the World Trade Center? And Yahuwah did not do it. He is not afraid of you. He is letting you know, I am the one who did it. because you despise his law. For that, he will handle you to the will of the devil, who never wanted to see the light of day, right from the loins of the first man and the first woman. He never wanted you to see the light of day. He is still fulfilling that will. He is still waging war. He wants to take you along with him to the lake of fire. He desires someone to tear you apart. And yet you are saying he is your Messiah. You see, therefore, he now handle you to the will of the devil, who desire your soul to burn eternally in the lake of fire with him. He handle you to him. The only way you will come out and be redeemed, it is for you to renounce the ways of Christianity and the ways of Islam. Being atheist, you need to let it go and repent and come back to life, to the real thing. You see, so he's making it so clear that he is the one. You want to talk back to him? Oh man, who are you to talk back to Yahuwah? Does he not have the right? He said he makes some clay for a noble use and some for a common use. He said, what mouth had you, the potter, to talk to the maker? You don't have no mouth. He make you design you anyhow you want to. Are you not afraid of Yahuwah? You want to talk back to him, who has the power to put you to death right now? Who have the power to take breath off your nose? Then you are going, just like when NEPA says like that is all. NEPA can bring it, but you cannot come anymore. Are you not afraid of him? And just do things in his own way? Why can't you do Bible things in Bible's own way? Why adding the philosophy of the Egyptologists, of the Babylonians, of the Grecians, Jesus the Jesus? Why bringing it? It's eternal cost. When you add, when you take out. This is the nature of the problem, people. We are not saying all this to dread you, to crack you, to make you frighten you. No, the nature of this message is for you to wake up and put your house in order before it becomes too late. For you have a reputation to live. You have a reputation to live. Live right now before it becomes too late. Strengthen what is left over, for it's about to die. This is the nature of this message. For you to wake up and strengthen that what is remaining in you is about to go. Because when the breath is off, we say it is appointed one time for man to die, after that is judgment. Let's see another part. The problem, the nature of the problem. Why Father Yahuwah said he is responsible for evil. Proverbs 30:13. Whosoever despises the word shall be destroyed. And who is the destroyer? It is Abaddon. Abaddon is the destroyer. He is the one Father Yahuwah is using to kill her. He is the angel of death. Abaddon, according to Revelation 9, Abaddon in Hebrew, it simply means the angel of death. And in Greek, it simply means the destroyer. You see, we see how Father Yahuwah sent this evil angel, Abaddon, the king of the bottomless pit, to go and destroy every firstborn in the of the Egyptians. He is the killer. He said he will be destroyed by Abaddon. But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. You see, who is the commandment and who is the law? It is Mashiach himself. He is the one of Almighty Yahuwah. Now, the royal law goes in three ways. Number one, he goes the civil law. That civil law governs us, right, night and day, how we should live our life for Yahuwah. That is the civil law. And number two, the ceremonial law. That every feast we need to celebrate and do things just as he said in Leviticus 23. And the third one is moral law. That is how we should love for the Yahuwah. That is what all the royal law is all about. And this is the three law that govern the whole entire world of Almighty Yahuwah, except the one that is already being fulfilled. Buying a lamb or goat or a bull, or to go to a prince to plead for mercy. No, we don't do that. You see, the one that is already being fulfilled, we just giving thanksgiving for that. This is what the royal law for. And have you heard what the prophet is saying? That the royal law, oh my father, have you heard it? Is a curse. He said the royal law equals to curse. The royal law equals to a building. The royal law equals to Old Testament. The royal law equals to be done away with. That is what they said. That is what we are hearing. So this is the nature of the problem. So let us go now. Like I said the other 2 weeks ago, Messiah King Yahushua is the chief archangel. We will prove that. And Ruach HaKodesh, he is the chief seraphim. So this message is already going to fall. So the one I can establish today, I will do. So the leftover will continue midst of the week. And next Shabbat we will conclude the full statement. So let us see first of all that of the Ruach. The Ruach HaKodesh is the chief seraphim. So let us first of all go into that. So just get a pen. You can also go through it in your own quiet time. The Ruach HaKodesh, he is the chief seraphim. Oh, okay. Enoch chapter 17. I know maybe you are not going to get into with that. Enoch chapter 17. Exodus 3:2. Isaiah 6. Isaiah 14:29. Numbers 21:6-9. Acts of Apostles chapter 2. Okay, you can also read the second Chronicle 26. So this is about the Ruach HaKodesh. So right now let us break it down. First of all, we are going to Exodus 3:2. So I read. Quickly, let me say this. Seraphims in Hebrew simply means burning ones. They are blazed from head to toe. They are just fire, burning ones. That is in seraphims is plural. But the singular, it means they call it seraphs. And seraphs in Hebrew, it means fiery flying serpent. Fiery flying serpent. That is the Numbers 21:6-9. He was the seraphim. They are not regular snakes. They are fiery flying serpents. That was why King Yehoshua makes references. He used that idiom that as the serpent was being lifted high on the wilderness, says so with the Son of Man being lifted up. Because these are seraphim, and the chief seraphim, it is the Ruach HaKodesh. So let's first of all read this. And the angel, listen now, Exodus 3:2. And the angel of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. This is the Ruach. He is the Ruach HaKodesh. He brought about the name of Yahuwah. The seraphim, they are the highest high ranking in the heavens. Angels goes in three categories. Angels are three rankings in heaven. The highest high ranking angels is the seraphims, the burning ones, the very silly in the head of the Yehovah, the very one that banner over the head of the Yehovah. Well, that is what we are going to see in Isaiah 6. They stood above. These are the seraphim. The Ruach HaKodesh is their master, the chief seraphims. He is the Ruach HaKodesh. Okay, he is the Ruach HaKodesh, is the highest order in all heavens, sir. Horobos Karabaye. And King Yehoshua is the chief archangel. When after the seraphim, it is the cherubims. And King Yehoshua is the he is the chief seraphims. It is King Yehoshua, the chief cherubims. Yeah. He is the King Yehoshua, and now goes by the archangel Michael. He is the chief archangel. The angel of the covenant is Michael. We are going to go. I pray time permit me. We'll go and look into what they are doing for you and me. Number one, it is the seraphims, the Ruach HaKodesh. You know, the Ruach HaKodesh play all parts. And King Yahushua is playing all parts. Likewise, devil is playing all parts. Devil was a high priest of praise, and he is also a covering cherubim, and he is also Illuminati, the one to illuminate the whole world. He have a different parts offices in heaven, but he lost it. It's so sad. We are going to see his dwelling now. He left the estate built with 9 diamond stones. How can that be? And now his dwelling place is the wilderness, the very heaven that created You will hear more from me in the midst of the week. Let me not go ahead of myself. The seraphims, the chief like seraphim, he is the Ruach HaKodesh. Let us go now to Isaiah chapter 6. Here we are in Isaiah chapter 6. You see, here, let me quickly establish this. It's not when you started this ministry. It is when Father Yahuwah gave you the ability. It is when He gave you the power. It is when He endowed you with the anointing to speak. Prophet Yeshayahu from chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5. Never have this divine encounter. No. It was just doing a normal service like we know already from the royal. There was no divine encounter from the heavens. You see, but in chapter 6, there he now, the recall now begins. There he now saw Yahuwah in his fullness of glory. Oh my soul. I read, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also Adonai sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. You see, this is why each time I study the royal law, I always see condemning the Christendom. There is a set of group in the Christianity they call the deeper life. Do you know they forbid wedding gown? But the bridegroom is putting on wedding garments. He said his train filled the temple. So in other words, the train of Father Yahuwah garment, it was the threshing floor, or it is the threshing floor. No ties over there. Only the train of his garment filled the whole temple. It is the threshing floor. The bridegroom is putting on garment. But this group, the satanic group called Deeper Life, they are going to really go into that deeper life in the bottomless pit. They will see deep life there. They will see really, really deep life there. Forbidding people not to wear wedding garment, whereby the bridegroom himself is putting on wedding garment. He is the bridegroom eternally. Now he said, he saw Yahuwah and highly lifted up, so exalted. You see, come break, come son. Our lower level can never bring Yahuwah's down. Rather, his level of exaltation will raise us high to meet up with him. That is what he did with Prophet Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu was operating in a lower level, but when he now saw the very high lifted one, he now raised Yeshayahu to that high level. Not to think we are going to see when he now lifted him high, we are going to see automatically the words of Prophet Yeshayahu not change dramatically, miraculously, powerfully, because he has saw him lifted so high. Christianity, comrade, concern, your philosophy of Babylonian Egyptologists, satanic message can never bring Jehovah's down. Rather, if you are willing and if you are willing and desire life, his exaltation, his level will raise you up high to him. Shabbat is the day. That is the day we all ascend up high in the heavens. We speak from the throne of Yehovah. It is the Shabbat with the angels. Sunday is lower level. You cannot bring him to Egyptologist. You cannot bring him to the Grecian mythology. You can never bring it to Babylon to worship the sun. No, you can't find him there. Horoboseke. You can't. Now verses 2. He said, above it, still the seraphims above Yahuwah's head. Who was there? The seraphims. And the Ruach HaKodesh is the chief seraphim. Each one had 6 wings. With twain, they covered his face. And with twain, they covered his feet. And with twain, and they did fly. You see, even though the strength, the power of the resurrection, it is the Ruach HaKodesh. It is the strength of Father Yahuwah. Like I said, Father Yahuwah is ever able to separate his capacity to separate himself into 3 personality. Right in heaven, he still separate himself. His strength is one side, and his word is the one side. These are the Trinity. That even though his strength is also him himself, but yet he dare not to look to Yahuwah's face. He covered his own face. The Ruach HaKodesh covered his own face. The same with the cherubims. For you to know how so holy for the Yahuwah is, they want to use Babylon to discredit that holiness. Rather, you will find yourself in the lake of fire. And one cried out, and one cried, unto another, and said, Holy, holy, holy is Yahuwah of hosts, and the whole earth is full of his glory. Yes, we have seen that. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with the smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of unclean people. Of unclean lips, for my eyes have seen Yahuwah, the Adonai of hosts. Immediately, when Isaiah, this is heavenly throne room we are talking about, here is not earth. Immediately he ascended up high. What did he see? He now see the movement, the functioning of the Yahuwah, and then now begin to curse himself. Woe unto me, I'm filthy. Yes, right away recognize his filthiness. He recognized the filthiness of the family, the filthiness of the people around him. He recognized it all. You know, this brings to mind when this wizard Ahinome is saying this, it make me throw out. There was when this maternal race against it, that he committed idolatry. That is why his wife divorced him. So he was trying to defend himself and said he didn't do it. I listened to the message in the YouTube. I don't even know what took me there, because I discredited all them already. But when I said that he's defending himself, I said, let me hear what he has to say. This wizard, the greatest wizard, now said, I am a man of God. Man of God don't sin. I am not a pastor. Why should I say I'm not a pastor? I am a man of God. Man of God don't sin. So you want to tell me where the prophet Yeshayahu stand? You can stand, you filthy demon that said, Woe unto me, my lips is unclean, I am undone, I am unclean. Can you stand where this mighty, powerful prophet of Yahuwah stand? Can you there stand? When you now see the holiness of Yahuwah, he said, Woe unto me. Can you stand where he stands? You filthy garbage from the pit of hell. He said, in other words, what he was trying to say, pastor can sing, man of God cannot sing. Who was prophet Yeshayahu? There was a secret sin in his life. That was he himself knew it. He immediately recognized it and said, Woe unto me. Even I'm unclean, yet I've seen the holiness of Yahuwah. You say you don't sin. Your case is already settled. Now, quickly, let me establish this topic. Uzziah died. That is the place in 2 Chronicle 26. Just read it. Uzziah was 16 years old when he became a king. Firstly, he was very good. But when Father Yahuwah endowed him with power, he now becomes so arrogant and full of pride, and now begin to take the place of the high priest. Enter now into the holiest of holies, a place that is meant not for no one. Only the high priest is worthy. He ruled Israel for 52 years. Now, when this man now becomes see that he became so powerful, being endowed with the power of heaven, he want to take Father Yahuwah for granted. He now despises the royal law. He never go according to the rules of the prince, of the high priest. He breaks all them all. He enter into the holiest of holies and now begin to offer incense. Father Yahuwah, even the high priest now say, you know you meant not to do this. Why are you become so arrogant? Why are you not trying to bring in now another adultery? Why are you not bringing in now what Father Yahuwah did not command, and you despise his ordinances? That place said he was full of anger against them because they rebuked him. So since he rebuked, what happened? Father Yahuwah struck him down with leprosy, and leprosy, we know he became unclean. For a whole mighty king now become unclean, that defied the whole camp of the army of Israel. He now became a stumbling block to the rating in the life of prophet Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu couldn't see Yahuwah because now this man has already become arrogant. The leader said, when your head is full of light, the whole body will be full of light. But when your head is darkness, say, imagine how your whole body will be darkness. That is, if your leader is full of light, the whole congregation is full of light. But when your leader becomes darkness, the whole congregation will be full of darkness. This was the situation that the earthly king became so arrogant, the fire, the royal king, the royal throne. So that now became a stumbling block. You can't. Let me tell you one thing. Until the blockage is being removed from the way, the Reti cannot come. Until Uzziah was being killed and removed out of the way, right away, the heavenly kingdom, the heavenly king now revealed himself to Yeshayahu. There, chapter 6, the Reti, you see from 1 to 5, I can also call it, in another words, preparation. But in chapter 6, the Reti now begins in his life. That is where he now being called. When he now recognize the filthiness in his lips, like us all today, there is filthiness in our lips, Call it Sunday. It is the name of other deity. Call it Moon Day. It is the name of other deity. I will do a subject in this. I have all the information. I'm just waiting for Father Yehova to give me go ahead. From your Sunday to your Saturn's day, they are all the names of fallen angels. From your January 1st to your December, they are all the names of fallen angels. Even though they say October, it simply means 8 in a Greek. I don't care. Because what Father Yehova did not give unto you, there is conspiracies in that number 8. Devil did. Devil give it. When devil give it, therefore there is a man behind the unseen that is using that October to also pollute. It is the names of the fallen angels. I'm just waiting for Father Yehova to give me go ahead and let me also pass this great information for you. So each time we are calling Monday, Sunday, Moon Day, Sunday, that fallen angel is polluting our mouth. I saw it in my own account. It's defiling our mouth. It makes our mouth so filthy. Exactly in the days of Yeshayahu. We all have different things that is polluting our mouth. I recognize mine. It is all this nonsense. But there is no way we can communicate with the Gentile. When I now understand, I begin to pray. Therefore, Father, protect my mouth. How am I going to be doing it? If I say first day of the week, I will be explaining. Second day, I will be explaining. In the royal law, it is first day, second day, down to the 6th day. Only the Shabbat is being named. From the first month is being called till the 12th month. There is no January. No. But we communicating with all these things. It is pollution in our mouth. So right now, where Yeshayahu, Prophet Yeshayahu saw the greatness of Father Yehovah, check it out from chapter 7. He saw it in 6. In 7, he now begin to give that prophecy how a virgin is going to be with a son, and his name is going to be called Emmanuel. Yehovah is with us. Yehoshua Yehovah is with us. He proceed further. He gave another powerful one. He now begin to prophesy those things. The Shabbat, how is going to be, how is it eternal sign? How the kingdom is going to be restored. He now begin to prophesy those powerful things in Isaiah 53. How the beating of Messiah, his tribe, how he's going to heal us, how he's going to be numbered amongst the transgressors. He now begin to say rightly. He now begin to talk about the heavenly things, the plans of Yehovah. The mind of Yehovah was not be opened unto him as soon as he saw Yehovah in chapter 6. So in other words, until some people being killed out of your life, you will not get breakthrough. Saul was being killed until the royal king became a king. Even though he was being anointed, yet it was a king without kingdom. A whole anointed king was not sleeping in the cave. As soon as all the firstborn of Egyptians died, the Israel was never out of bondage. As soon as they were being slain, therefore freedom not come. Definitely, for the Reti to come in your life, the fake has to go. That is my prayer this day. Any man or woman, whatever you are, still on the Reti in our lives, you will be squashed. And you will be slaughtered. And you will die like a fool on the street. So right now, let us proceed to the other part. So the Ruach HaKodesh, he is the one that is cleansing us. He is the one that is preparing us for the service. You see, he is the one that cleansed Yeshayahu out and in, and now sent him now on high. So in other words, all these 5 chapters, he was just preparing. It was just a preparation. So he's the one that cleanses us from the filthiness of the fallen evil angels. You also read Acts of Apostles chapter 2. You can also see is the fire. Because the seraphim simply mean the burning ones. They are all ablaze. This is what Ezekiel also saw in Ezekiel chapter 1. Read Acts of Apostles chapter 2. As soon as he called, what did he also do? He also cleansed their lips by setting fire. Fire was on he set fire on their teeth, on their tongues. He gave them the tongues of fire. It is cleansing. So that was what Father said, Yehovah, in Exodus 2 and 3, verses 17, I'm sure that when we are going to when at the feast of Shavuot, the very one the Christian is calling Pentecost, he said now they should bake the bread with leaven, and with no leaven it is sin. He said they should bake it unleavened, it is sin free. Leavened, it is sin. Why did Father Yehovah said that? On this feast day we should bake it, that bread, that 2 loaves of bread, we should bake it now with leaven, because sinner is coming to be purified, because the Ruach HaKodesh is going to cleanse them when they come, the feast of Shavuot, the one you call the Pentecost. That is the Acts of Apostles chapter 2. The Ruach HaKodesh is going to cleanse them by fire. So this Ruach HaKodesh is the one that is cleansing us, and is the one that is preparing us for ministry. It's cleansing us by fire. So this is the seraphims. He said one of the seraphim flew to me and touched my tongue. I have to finish reading it. So immediately Yeshayahu recognized his field. What happened now? He said one of the seraphims then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken from the trunks from off the altar, and he laid it on my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and the iniquity he forgives sins. Normal angel don't forgive sins, is taken away, and that sins is purged. So also I heard the voice of Yehovah saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, Here I am, send me, because now the fire is being given. Now you can do it. You see? So right, in another words, that is why did Messiah say, when you sin against the Ruach HaKodesh, the one you call the Holy Spirit cannot forgive you? Why? Because the Ruach HaKodesh is the torment of the link of fire. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying every single fire is the Ruach HaKodesh. No. But it is an example and an illustration. Do you see the fire? Have you been there? Have you once have a belt? Or frying the meat and the oil just split on you? Or baking things in the oven? Somehow you hit your hand in the hot oven? Have you been there? Yes, it is a lesson for you and me how the link of fire is. Or have you been touched by the hot water? Have you been there? It's a lesson for you to know how the torment of the link of fire is. And all these things is just a preliminary, let me say so, sign. The fire here on earth, it is teaching you that this is what you are going. If you don't make it to heaven, this is what you are going to be going through for all eternity. The Ruach HaKodesh is the torment of fire. He himself controls the link of fire. They don't get it twisted. Also, the link of fire is not existing now, but the bottomless pit is already existing. But the Ruach HaKodesh is the torment of fire. When you're being cast into the link of fire, how can you get mercy anymore? How can you be forgiven anymore? That was what Messiah said. He doesn't forgive sins, because he is the eternal link of fire that will torture Satan. He is the one to regulate it. Now, the place of Satan and the false prophet and the beast, their place is higher. The torment there is higher. The degree there is higher than the normal link of fire, where the train of the devil will be, the disobedient one. Where there will be is normal. But where the Satan will be is higher. The Ruach HaKodesh is the one that is regulating it, raising the torment high. The link of fire, it is his office. That was why Messiah said, don't blaspheme him. If you do, he won't forgive you. That is when you be cast into the link of fire. How can you get forgiveness from him? He's going to torture you for all eternity. That is why he don't forgive, because he is the link of fire. He is the ablaze one, that burning ones. That was what Messiah said. You see, when they sin against, when they speak against Father Yehovah in Numbers 21:6-9, what did the Ruach HaKodesh did? Father, he came right away. The fiery flying serpent. It was a fire having a shape of a serpent. The fiery flying serpent. He killed multitude. He killed them. So is the link of fire torment. You see the little fire you are seeing here, due to the link of fire, this fire here is going to be considered ice block. That is why you need to do it by all means. and escape the torture of the lake of fire. So now we are dealt with that of the arch seraphims. It is the Ruach HaKodesh, the chief arch seraphim. It is the Ruach HaKodesh. It's play all part. It's also a cherubim. Yes, it's play all part. So right now, let us go into that of the chief arch cherubim, which is King Yahushua. They are all angels, but there's a grade, and a grade. Let's see to his own part. So let me give the references before we go into it. For that of King Yahushua. Where is it? Exodus, Genesis 16. Exodus 23, 20 to 23 also. Isaiah 63, 8 to 9. Daniel 12, 5 to 9. Revelation 10, 1 to 9. Okay, yes, that is the scripture. So let us first of all go to Exodus. Verses 20, I read. Behold, I send an angel before you. Listen now. Listen to this very angel we are about to unveil now. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in thy ways and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him. Horoboseke. Hikarabayende. Mo Shantalaboyeke, Mo Santalabubuyema, Harabas Koroboyende. My name, Oroboseke, is in him. Normal angel don't carry the name of Yehovah. This angel carried the name of Yehovah. It is the only angel that carried the name of Yehovah. Yehovah simply means I am that I am. Yahushua simply means I am that I am is salvation. He said this angel carries my name and obey his word, his voice, which is the word, him himself. No angel carry, the other angel carry L. I pray time permit. I'm going to read from this our royal law only gave us about three names of archangel, Michael and Gabriel and seraphims. That's what that is all. But according to the book of Enoch chapter 20, not that he also gave all, because the Hebrew 12 from 22 to 24 said angels are innumerable. You can't number them. They are countable. So right now, he also gave 7 archangels a name. And I will also read it in the midst of the week, if time also permits. All the fallen angels, all of them carry L. In Hebrew, Gabriel, in Hebrew simply means Gabriel, Michael. You see? So when I begin to read these 7 archangels, you will see all of them carry L. But not Yehovah. Only this unique angel carried Yehovah. He said, for my name, he carried my name. He has my name, Yehovah. Yud-He-Wah-He. This is his name. You see, this angel is not a regular angel. It is King Yahushua himself. We are still going to prove it more. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, you see, all that I speak, for you to know that it is the word of you, all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto the enemies, and an adversary unto the adversaries. For my angel shall go before thee and bring thee and bring you in unto the Ammonites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. In other words, for you to escape the mark of 666, because these are 6 countries that need to be cut off before you, for you to enter your land of milk and honey. In another way, for you to escape the mark of the beast, a 6 is in order for you to enter eternal life with Messiah. You need to obey the voice of Yehovah. You need to you need to follow his ways. You need not to transgress against Messiah. That is the only way out. He said, I will cut them off. These 6 nations, they are going down for your sake. Only if you will obey. That is the stipulation. That is the condition. If only you will just obey my voice. That is all I need from you. For me to handle your enemy is nothing for me. But you are my problem. If you don't stand on my way, and in twinkling of an eye, all your enemies going down the grave. This 6666 nation, they need to go. So right now, let us go to Genesis 16. Here we are, Genesis 16. Where am I going to read from? 7? Okay. And the angel, 7 is talking about Hagar. And the angel of Yahweh found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarah's maid, whence comest thou, and where wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands. Now listen, 10. And the angel of Yahuwah said unto her, I will multiply thy seed. This is Yehoshua HaMashiach. Angel, go almost 400 references about angel. No one of them has ever dared made such statements. No one of them has ever dared make such a claimant. No, that I will multiply the seed. No, normal angel don't do that. They only come to do what for the Yahweh as then they go away they go away. Normal angel don't make such claim. This is Messiah himself. He is the life giver, is the author of life. He said, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly. I will do it. Did he say Yahuwah will do it? He said I. So this is this is Yehoshua himself. Just like the Ruach HaKodesh is the power of resurrection, is the power of conception, is the strength of Father Yahuwah, is the highest in heaven. He did it all, is the power of cleansing. The same thing with the word I would do, because the Ruach HaKodesh is the giver of life. The same with the word. He said, I will multiply your seed exceedingly. Normal angel don't make such claim. This is King Yehoshua HaMashiach. Let's go more. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, behold, thou art with a child. Yeah, this is normal one. It's okay. I proved a point already. So let's go to Isaiah 63. Isaiah 63, 8 and 9. For he said, surely they are my people, children that will not lie. So he was their savior. In all their affliction, listen now, in all their affliction he was afflicted, and the angel of his presence saved them. How was this angel being afflicted? The angel of his presence. This is King Yahushua. How was he being afflicted as we were also being afflicted? Right from Genesis 3. We were being afflicted right in the first woman loins. And then King Yahushua himself was also being afflicted by preparing himself to come and die for us. You see how horrible his crucifixion was? Yes, before he came, devil fed us with the link of fire. Devil really make life so miserable. We were afflicted, and he himself was also afflicted. We see how he was afflicted on the cross for 9 good hours. For a whole 9 good hours. Is the angel of his presence in his love. You see, he did this in his love, and in his pity he redeemed them. And he bore them and carried them all the days of old. You see, right from Genesis, he carried out throughout the wilderness. He carried us all through down to when in our surface in human form. Yet for our sin he was being cut off from the land of the living. You see, for his love and for his pitiness, he had pity on us. How can they all just perish with the devil? He pitied us and come to our rescue. He not took our sin upon himself. He that knew no sin now begin to do a baptism of repentance. You see, so this was how he himself was being afflicted as we was also being afflicted. So let's go proceed more. Now Daniel 12, I read from verses 5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there still other two, the one on the side of the bank and of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, this man clothed in white linen, it is Mashiach, which was upon the waters of the river, when he hid up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever that it shall be for a time, times, and half a time. Yes, tribulation vision. How long the tribulation is going to last? A time, times, and that is 42 months, 3.5 years for the great destruction, to take away 2.5 billion souls of the surface of the earth. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be fulfilled. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, oh my Adonai, what shall it be? Adonai, he is talking to, Gabriel was the one that passed out this information unto him. And this is why Satan hindered him for this secret not to be revealed. He hindered him from a whole 21 days. Exactly what he did to me for a whole 7 days. I'm repeating this message again. And what shall it be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the wells are closed up and sealed till the end of the till the time of the end. This is the time we are now. These wells, Daniel saw it those days, because this vision is not for those days. It is for this time. But it is being prophesied how the anti-Messiah is going to come. Now, that was why he said, go your way. It's sealed up. So right now we are going to see that man. Oh, my Father, who he saw is an angel. We are going to prove it right here. We will see the fulfillment of that prophecy, because the book is already been opened. Yes. Okay, let me just start it from 1 for the sake of time. I pray today also permit me, so that we'll establish also that of the angels, the 7 archangel. If not, they will do that in the midst of the week. And I saw another mighty angel came down from heaven. You see, listen very good. And I saw another mighty angel came down from heaven, clothed with the clouds, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun. This is King Yahushua, people, too well. And his feet as pillars of fire. And he had in his hand a written book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and you see now the sea again, and his left foot on the earth, and cried with a loud voice, as when a lion runneth. And when he had cried, 7 thunder. Listen now, 7 thunder uttered their utterances. Let me first of all take it so that I break it down. And when the 7 thunder had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from the heaven saying unto me, seal up these things which the 7 thunder uttered, and write them not. This is the last torment. This is the fiery flying serpent, as is being revealed unto me in a vision. This torment here, only an inch was being given. So, we are not able to really establish how, because Revelation 5 said, when the Lamb took the screw, he said then, because him alone found worthy to open, to take the screw and break the seal and look into it. Now, in Revelation 5, as soon as he has done it, what happened? Things in heaven, angels in heaven, things on earth, and things under the earth now worship for the Yehovah. What is under the earth, people? It is the bottomless pit, the abyss. Let me tell you now how those people is worship, because it's everything. Whether you are witches or wizard, whatever you are, you worship. Okay? You worship. Whether you are animal or the beast of the field, it said the beast, the birds of the earth, the beasts of the field, the fishes in the sea, everything worship Yehovah, because he created all things for his own use, just as the numeric code we are dealing with. Number 1, it is its uniqueness. Ephesians 4:4 said, 4:4-6 said, he created all things for his own use through his word, which is the Yahushua Messiah. You see, he said they all worship. Let me tell you now, how are they worship? Those people under the earth, in the abyss, in the bottomless pit, in the Hades, they are torment. Their torment means worship unto heaven. We are not able to really unveil to you how that torment or how are they worshiping, but this is a little inch that is being given unto me. And this torment of the seventh thunder, he is the most terrible one. He is the most dreadful one. He is the most fat. I lost the words for it. He is the most disastrous one. Father Yahweh know the earth cannot handle it for now. That was why he said unto Yehukanah, it is secret inside secret. Keep this very one. I was with fasting and eagerness. I want to know. He said, do you know about the seraphims? He said, yes. He said, therefore go to Number, the place I quoted. How the fiery flying serpent killed in the wilderness. This is the torment. He said that this is all I have for you, because I was doing it with fasting and prayer. I don't want to leave you empty-handed. You can't come to my presence and go without nothing. I gave you this. That is all. And I never even tried to push him further. I stopped. I got a little inch. The fiery flying serpent. He is the seventh thunder. The worst is also inside of it, but this is the little that was being revealed unto me. That is going to slaughter. They now also asked me to go to Revelation 9. And when you go to Revelation 9, the king of the bottomless pit, you will see this fiery fly serpent in his tail. That they are going to be biting people. You are seeing flying serpent. Look at Donald Trump. He's securing, he want to build a wall. He's ban Muslim. In fact, as if you are not going to take the mark of the beast. Muslim is going to be appearing and disappearing. Yes, that is why I said not Allah is not cooperating this. The earth needs to be cleansed. So it is the will of Father Jehovah. So we see the secret given unto Daniel was being revealed now, exposed to us in Revelation till the little scroll is being opened. So is that mighty angel, that is what we are talking about here. That same angel that exposed it in Daniel 12, that is the same angel that clothed with the cloud, this is Messiah, people. He is the same one worthy to give this scroll unto Yehukanah. He exposed it, because him alone found worthy to reveal the secret of anti-Messiah. Revelation 6, Revelation 4, when he took the scroll, what was inside the scroll? It contains the last day destruction. How the anti-Messiah is going to ravage the whole